Welcome to the NFHL. Tonight we have the Cleveland Browns hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Jim Brown, Ozzie Newsome face off against Marshawn Lynch, Steve Largent, and the rest of the Seahawk gang. The Legion of Boom is here. We're in the dog pound, and it's gonna be a great one tonight. I'm excited to be here for the doubleheader tonight. How you doing, Victorious?
I'm doing great, and so is Cleveland here today as they stand on their feet for the Browns taking on the Seahawks.
I'm expecting some rough and tumble NFHL ice hockey action tonight.
Here we go, the puck drops, and we are underway here in Cleveland. Here's Hayden, gives it to Sipe, Sipe drops it down to Brown. Brown to Hayden at the point, he's poked away, now chased down for it. It goes to Sipe, Sipe holding away, takes it through his own zone. Sipe drops it down to Brown. Brown to Hayden, Hayden coming up the ice, he dumps it in. Now they go on a chase for it. Here's Alexander, Alexander across to Sherman. Sherman held to the wall. And now Brown digs it out. Brown to Sipe. Sipe coming down the ice, gives it around to Kelly. And now out front and a save right there by Miller.
This is a game between two teams with some of the greatest personalities in the history of the NFL.
And now there's an interception, but we got a penalty on the Cleveland Browns.
It's Leroy Kelly. It looks like he gets in there with are they calling that a cross check?
The dumber move was the fact that he did it in front of the ref's eyes.
Leroy Kelly, cross check. And the Seattle Seahawks are going to bring out their killers for the power play.
Well, here's the Pruitt brothers to try to kill this one off. And here we go, we're underway. There's a race down, it's Mike Pruitt going for it. And now here's Craig. Craig coming up the ice. Craig, across shot and a save. And now Ward. Ward, he tries to get the clear, caught by Largent. Largent to Craig, and now one stopped. And now a big punch away by Newsome. Another shot stopped by Newsome.
Newsome had to swat that one away over, it was kind of hovering over the net.
Here's Largent. Largent, shot, and a save, Newsome. And now Craig to Sherman, slap shot, save Newsome. And now Largent, across, intercepted by Ward, and he'll get the clear.
Take a little breath there. Ozzie Newsome getting worked, but he's up for it. Here comes Richard Sherman, and one more push for the Hawks.
Some big saves from Ozzie Newsome right there. Now slap shots whiffed by Largent. Here's Watson. Watson dumps it up the wall. Now here's Craig. Craig across. What a save right there by Newsome. Now another shot. Stopped by Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome, 7 saves already. As the Seahawks just go to work on him on the power play, they get it killed.
Front and a save by Newsome.
15:08 left here in the first. Important to note, Deshaun Watson was on the ice. He will not play the regular season with this team. Joe Flacco to take a draw in his probably only season as a Cleveland Brown.
Here's Kennedy out front, poked away by Hayden. There's been some rumors about Joe Flacco right now that Shedeur Sanders will take his spot. And now slap shot by Flacco, now one stop by Miller. Here's Matt on a battle for it. Flacco drops it down to Metcalf, Metcalf to Garrett, point to Hayden. Hayden's intercepted by Cooper Kupp. And now here's Kupp, taking it through. Kupp puts on the brakes, poked away by Flacco, and he gets a little too slouched right there, and it's going to be Cooper Kupp to the box.
And the Browns going to get their first shot at a power play here in this matchup. Little slash on Joe Flacco. And we'll see the Browns bring it. They like to play a heavy-hitting style of power play. Here's Brian Sipe to take a draw. Let's not forget, youngsters, Brian Sipe was an NFL MVP, 1980.
Sipe puts out on the goal, to Dixon, and now your Sipe shot, and that's poked away by Chancellor, and now that one's clear. There's a race to it. Golick held to the wall, but he gives it to Brown. Jim Brown coming up the ice. Brown, quick move to Sipe. Sipe backhander and a save.
He's going to create scoring chances. Brian Sipe.
Dixon on the wall. He barely gets it in, and now Chancellor looking for a clear, and he makes it. And now here's Dixon. Dixon takes it. And now here's Dixon. Dixon gives it to Kelly. Kelly coming up the ice. And now Brown out front, and a save made by Miller.
These are the two guys that got to get it going if the Browns want to score goals.
And now here's Sherman. Sherman backhands it out. And he'll clear. Penalty expires. And now here's Lynch. Lynch banks that one to Sherman. Sherman held to the wall, so Lynch will get it. Now Sherman shot and a save made by Newsome. And now Thomas. Thomas to Warner. And that one slides. Darnold up.
Warner's down. He's hurt. He's holding his head.
And now here's a empty net, it looks like here, as there's a penalty on the play. No.
It's Kurt Warner. He's down. He's holding his head. Let's all take a knee for the fella. Oh, he just gets rocked. I don't think he's returning. He's going back. And the Seahawks are going to be down a man. It's a clean hit. We'll hope he's okay. Back down to the ice. 10-19 left in the first.
Here we go. Baldwin coming up the ice. Baldwin with the toe drag. Baldwin taking out front, looking to drop it back. And now here's Williams. One time for Chancellor to save. Now here's Garrett. Gives it to Metcalf. Metcalf coming up the ice. Metcalf to Flacco. Flacco shot and a save made by Miller.
Browns still have a couple of moves in their bag here coming up before the season starts. Kevin Mack getting a tryout. A lot of fans calling for Josh Cribbs to be on this roster.
Here's Kosar on the draw. Puck drops. Slaughter shot and a save made by Miller.
They've mixed up the lines quite a bit here as they're running Webster Slaughter with Pruitt. .853 left in the first. Still got a couple of eggs on the board.
Here's Williams, this is Craig. Craig to Warren. Warren coming up the wall and he gets hit. Now here's Slaughter. Slaughter dumps it up the wall. Goes chasing down for it now. Chancellor. Chancellor held to the wall. Here's Pruitt. Pruitt out front and a save.
Rap chance, Greg Pruitt.
And now here's Greg Pruitt backhander and a save made by Zach Miller.
Zach Miller's been strong. We saw him mysteriously get pulled out of the summer playoff. Don't know the reason. They kept that undisclosed. But Zach Miller's been an anchor for the Seattle Seahawks whenever he's in net.
Here's Deshaun Watson. That's a different pick here with Mike Pruitt and Jerry Jeudy.
Browns are expecting to have Watson back next year. Being that this is the preseason, they'll get to skate around with him, season out.
Look at that big hit right there. Here we go. Hasselbeck on the draw, taking on Deshaun Watson. It's tied up. Jeudy with a shot and a save made by Miller. Now here's Easley. He gets pressured for the puck. And Kennedy coming down the ice. Poked away by Jeudy. And here's Pruitt to Jeudy and a save. And now here's a battle for it. Here's Jeudy. Gives it to Watson. Watson one time with Golick and a save. And now Pruitt to Ward, and now Golick to Watson. Watson to Ward, poked away by Kennedy, and he'll get it out.
When you get a couple of tough defenses and a couple of tough goalies all game, it's going to be a 0-0 game for just a little while.
And here's the dump up. It's Pruitt going easily. He gets pushed down. Here's Mike Pruitt, and now Watson. Sean Watson and Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy jumps it down to Golick. Now shot by Ward and blocked. And now Pruitt to Golick. Golick tried to take it, poked away. And now Ward to Pruitt. And now Watson. Watson out front, poked away. And now here's Easley trying to get it out, and he does. And now Cup gets pressured. Here's Dixon up the ice to Watson. Deshaun Watson coming up the ice to Pruitt. Shot and a save. The rebound poked away. And it looks like Miller had to kind of dive out and save that.
Zach Miller stretches out to grab it. Both teams poised to play solid defensively. Outside of a couple of power plays was where the...
Here comes Marshawn Lynch up the ice. Lynch makes a quick move. Goes side to side. Shot by Cup and that's stopped. And now here's Brown. Jim Brown going up the ice. Peels back to Matthews. Matthews coming up the ice. Do the circle slap shot. And a glove save by Zach Miller.
Big Clay Sr. clapping it in there. Earl Thomas getting a piece of his own medicine there from Brian Sipe. Big hit. Love the way Brian Sipe plays hockey. Don't sleep on this guy if you've never heard of him.
Here we go, drops. Thomas takes it through. Drops it down to Sherman. Sherman up the ice to Warren. Warren up the wall. Baldwin at the circle out front. And now Warren has a save. Now Sherman drops it across. And now Craig gives it. Thomas up front and a big save by Newsome. What a stop.
He just reached out the pad there and he connected. Seahawks with a nice little pressure there on that sequence.
Here's Williams entering the zone. Williams takes it. Shot goes wide of the net. And now Metcalf gives it to Mac. Mac in the final seconds gets taken down. And now here comes Zorn. Zorn up the wall. Slap shot and a save made by Newsome. Well, that settles the first. A lot of great offensive scoring chances on each side here. And now here we go. It's time to do the first intermission.
Inside ball over the ice, hitting everybody. Pulling on Earl Thomas.
So
Goodness.
Here we go. We got a very good chance here by Thomas. Look at this. Through the slot. Gets robbed.
Look at that save by Ozzie Newsome. Just take a snapshot of that. Drink that one in, Cleveland.
Now, at the start of this game on the power play, this is the Ozzie Newsome show now, folks. I mean, here, take a look. Beautiful stop. Alexander out front.
I tell you, this league is full of some extraordinary all-time legend goaltenders.
Look at that.
He bumped it off of it actually went off of his back, and it just happened to bounce high enough that he was a
big play right there by Newsome. Largent. Beautiful shot chance. An even better save. Fails just a glove as it falls out of his glove right there.
He kind of remind you of a Charlie Sanders type of character. These two guys are kind of cut from the same cloth, real old school, grind it out, nearly unstoppable goalies.
Look at that. Some great open space here.
And just some of the best athletes you ever seen in your life.
This is a great job right here by Newsome, following the play. Just perfect positioning.
Dave Craig looking for Cooper Kupp on the doorstep right there.
And Marshawn Lynch. Now that was definitely the easiest stop for Newsome in the world. On the hits, Eric Metcalf.
Metcalf sight. Double team. Oh, wait. Jackson Smith and Jacob with a big one there. Again.
I'd be looking for Mike Pruitt to start a fight with Chancellor after that hit.
Kind of interesting they broke up the Pruitt boys for this one. But when the regular season starts, that's the line that I'm expecting to see on the ice. They were bruisers all throughout the playoff. And we'll get down to the second. Here we go, 13 to 12 shots on goal. Pretty much even game on both sides.
Here comes Sherman, he steers back, gives it to Hasselbeck. And that one's taken away. Now Hasselbeck gets it back. Hasselbeck, and that nearly went for a beautiful pass. And now here's Sipe coming in. And now Hayden shot in the save. And now Thomas held to the wall near the trapezoid. He sends it around. It's a chase down for it. It goes to Largent. Largent, he gets held to the wall and gets taken down. And now Brown shot, blocked out front. Kelly, one-timer out front again. And that one's to block. Here comes Largent up the wall. Try to deke his way through center. Now here is Sherman across to Thomas. Shot, he scores!
Earl Thomas, Legion of Boom. He finds the back of the net, and we got it 1-0 Hawks.
With the beautiful snipe.
And he finally solves Ozzie Newsome. And the dog pound is quiet. Sean Alexander's right there to celebrate. A lot of wide open space there, and he got as close as possible for just letting it go. Earl Thomas.
Just like that, 1-0. Seattle Seahawks.
Thing about these Seahawks, too, is that they're waiting on their guy Russell Wilson to finish his tenure in New York before he'll join this squad eventually.
Here we go, Mac coming up the ice. Mac battling for it. And now Flacco. Sherman taking down Chance, and that one's just stolen. Thomas. And here comes Darnold. Sam Darnold up the ice. Gives it to Lynch. Lynch to Cup. Cup tries to deke his way to the middle. But that one's taken away. And now here's Flacco. Gives it to Garrett. Garrett trying to race up the ice. And looks like it's gonna. Darnold goes to Kennedy. Kennedy easily trying to take it through center. And now Cup across to Darnold and a save.
Seahawks are really moving the puck well here since the beginning of the second.
There's Flacco. Flacco takes it up front, and he's tripped up. And here comes Cup. Cup up the wall. Cup, he glides through, and he's taken down right there. And now here's a spring to Judy. Jerry Judy, he has a step. Judy, and now one stop by Miller. And now Judy tried to take it through the middle, but Chancellor's there to poke it away. Now Chancellor coming up the ice. Gives it to Baldwin. Doug Baldwin tries to drop it down. Intercepted. And now Mike Pruitt.
A lot of action there. He just didn't get the clean look he wanted right at the end.
Here's Williams. Williams to take it. Poked away. And now here's Watson. Deshaun Watson all alone. And he scores!
Deshaun Watson giving you a little taste of what he would like to do in Cleveland. A lot of speculation around his being here. But in this preseason game, he delivers and his team's happy for him.
Deshaun Watson won't even be on the lineup to start the season, but he's here in the...
And that's a big one for the Brownies. And a pound is back in it. They sprung him free. They had sprung Judy free just a few sequences earlier. And they do it again. This time Deshaun Watson delivers the blow.
Here we go. Assisted by Jerry Judy. Mike Pruitt gives it across, and now here's a race for it. And now a tie-up by Hasselbeck. He gets held to the wall. It goes all the way up. That one's going to be caught by Matthews. Matthews to Kosar. Kosar to Slaughter. Slaughter looking to Pruitt, but he's poked away. And now Chancellor coming into the zone. Chancellor, he glides through, drops it. And now Larger tries a one-timer and taken away. And now Dixon coming through. He has them. And now Anderson battling for it. Here's Dixon. He's up to Greg Pruitt. Pruitt up top to Slaughter. Slaughter, he chases it down.
Tempers are starting to flare. It's starting to get personal.
And now Pruitt. Pruitt takes it up the wall. Centers it to Hayden. Now one deflected wide.
Streaking through the middle. Hayden had a real chance at one. Just missed the net.
The Sherman Hasselbeck shot and a save made by Newsome. Now Brown drops it to Kelly through center. Kelly coming up the ice. Kelly, he continues. Brown to Sipe, behind the back pass, save!
Did you see that pass by Brian Sipe?
Right through center ice, great chance.
He tried to give it right back to Jim Kelly.
Now here's Kelly. Kelly drops it down. Here comes Hayden. Hayden, he glides up the ice, toe drag, gives it to Brown. Brown at the circle, drops it down to Kelly. Kelly gives it to Hayden. And now Brown out front, and a save made by Miller.
Great sequence of plays there by the Brown as Jim Brown gets himself another opportunity. It's still 1-1, and Myles Garrett losing his bucket there.
And now Watson gives it to Darnold. Darnold stuck to the wall. Here comes Judy. Jerry Judy up the wall. Dumps it in. And now easily gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy has it. Gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy has it. Ayuk poked away. And now Craig. Craig entering the zone. Craig across to easily to Baldwin. Doug Baldwin held to the wall, and he backhands it. And now Matthews misses that catch as it goes to Warren. And now Craig out front and a glove save by Newsome.
Dave Craig just got robbed at the 2-1 lead right on the end of his stick. And I don't know if he just didn't get enough steam on it or what happened there, but a great save from Ozzie Newsome.
Hasselbeck on the draw versus Flacco.
Watch out for number 30. Watch out for number 37, Sean Alexander, one of the best to ever do it, or goals.
Here's Metcalf poked away. Now Williams from point to point. Here, Largent puts on the brakes, and that's intercepted by Mack. And now Mack, he's got options, gives it to Metcalf. Metcalf tries a slap shot, and he whiffs on it. And now Largent coming up the ice. Largent puts on speed. Largent out front to Alexander, and a save!
Ozzie Newsome's given one up, but he's locked in. This is a hard goalie to beat more than 1 or 2 times in a game. I think the Browns are going to be a team that's always in the games that they're playing. A minute 20 left, team that's always in the games that they're playing. A minute 20 left in the second, and a goal in the second, and a goal apiece.
Here comes Pruitt. He dumps it in. Chase on it now. Chancellor held off by Mike Pruitt. And now here's the feed up top. Here comes Alexander now. Alexander, he holds. And Alexander sends it through. And now there's a penalty right there. It's a boarding by Myles Garrett.
Personal, Myles Garrett just lets loose on Sean Alexander in the corner with no regards for his human safety. And he'll sit for 2. Myles Garrett looks happy to do it. He's okay with the penalty he just took. Some means with Sean Alexander out there on the ice, and he wasn't having it. Nevertheless, Hawks out.
Watson with that draw, gives it to Matthews. Matthews to Slaughter. They'll try to get a shot on net here. And now Slaughter going for the puck, and that's going to do it for the second. Well, after the second period, Deshaun Watson being a difference maker.
Goes off the backhand to the forehand. And he just sticks it to Zach Miller on that one.
So here we go. It's time to view the second intermission plays of the period. Well, Thomas and Watson are the differences of the game. Let's take a look at the goals.
Earl Thomas, one of the legendary leaders of the Legion of Boom.
This is a great pass by Sherman here. Just gives it right there to
Look
Thomas.
at the spacing there. He just has...
And then Thomas just steps in. I mean, this is how much room he has. He just steps in. He does not care that there's 4 defenders in front of him, and he rips it home.
I mean, even Sipe kind of was to that, but it was just too late by the time he got there. Earl Thomas.
Sean Watson receives the spring, and he's gone.
Right at the blue line.
And it's a
from
great
Jerry
move.
Jeudy.
I mean, look at that. Like, that goal's beautiful. For the shots, Craig robbed out front.
Dave Craig, this is what you want to happen when you're an offensive player in hockey, is to get the puck right in front of the goalie.
Now, right here, no way the goalie can drop down to the butterfly that fast.
And he just takes it right out of the air. Ozzie Newsome.
Easily just steps out front for a shot and a save, Newsome.
Zach Miller, no slouch himself. I feel like he's playing above the rim lately. And if he keeps playing the way he has, the Seahawks could be a force in this league for years to come.
Now, this was dangerous because of the shot opportunity. I mean, that's a great opportunity. Didn't really get much on it. 2, with how that puck bounced. Bouncing pucks always dangerous in this league.
Jim Brown just doesn't look like he got everything he wanted on that one, as he had a wide open lane. Good blocker save, Ozzie.
How about Garrett on Alexander here? This was the boarding penalty right here.
And we'll be picking up the action right here after this with the power play ensuing.
Am I crazy, or are we already into the third period here?
It is the beginning of the third. 19 shots each. It's been a bit grindy.
And we got the Pruitt brothers out. Here for the kill. Here comes Lynch. Gives it to Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck shot. And that one goes wide. And now here's Cup. Gives it a Lynch shot and a save. Now Lynch drops it on Thomas. Soft shot and a save. Now Lynch tries to center it. Intercepted by Matthews.
Bad enough for the Browns. The guy that they would want out here on the kill just happens to be the guy that's in the box. Minute left on the power play.
Here's Lynch. Gives it to Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck coming up the wall. Gives it to Cup. Cup held off. And now Matthews, he'll get the clear. And now here's a chase down for it. Thomas keeps it away. Here comes Thomas. He's got passing options. He scores!
It's Matt Hasselbeck. As he gets it delivered from, who was that? Was that Earl Thomas with the feed? Yes, it was, as he takes it down the wall, gets some separation, and he hits Hasselbeck in stride. 2-1 Hawks.
Hasselbeck's first of the night. And that's Thomas's second point of the night. He's got a goal and an assist now. Here we go. Hasselbeck on the face-off. He's taking on sight. And it's 2-1 Seahawks.
2-1 Hawks. As they have quieted down the dog pound yet again. 18 and a half left in the third. Still plenty of time for the Brownies.
Easily dropped
Let's
down.
see how they respond.
Shot. Deflected wide. Now Sipe will clear that. And now Sipe to Hasselbeck. And now here's Kennedy. Gives it to Easley to the point. And Alexander down to Kennedy. Kennedy to Largent. And that was a big hit. And now there in the corner.
Hits being exchanged back and forth in the corner.
Now shot, that one tipped to Weird, and Miller finds it.
That one trickled around in front of Miller for a second. Tempers are flaring. Look at the exchange there. Largent to Brown. Back to Largent. I think there was another retaliation after that one. Only in the league.
Here we go, puck drops. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy gives it to Easley. Easley to Warren. Warren coming up the ice. Pushed down by Mack. And now here's Metcalf with the toe drag. Gives it to Flacco. Shot and a save made by Miller. And now Baldwin gives it to Warren. Battling for it. Goes to Craig. Craig. He glides down the ice. Poked away. And now Craig catches it back. Here comes Joe Flacco. Flacco down the ice, makes a quick toe drag move, and a shot and a glove save made by Miller.
It's a lot of one and done possessions for the Browns.
And a glove save made by Miller.
It's a lot of one and done possessions for the Browns right now, though. What they need to do is try to sustain some pressure, move that puck around to get the opportunity they need to tie this thing up. 15-21 left in the third.
Here we go, puck drops, Watson wins at the goal, a shot and a save. And now Jerry Jeudy held to the wall right there. Darnold coming to help. Now Pruitt to Jeudy out front, stick to lifted. And now here's Jeudy, drops it down to Ward. One shot and a save. The rebound cleared by Chancellor. And now they'll get it out. Here comes Cup. Cup takes it through, quick move. Poked away by Gola. And now Cup up front. It's intercepted by Pruitt. Now here comes Ward. Ward holding off of it. And now I'm battled for it. Goes to Lynch. Williams pulling back. Takes it through, held to the wall.
That was a great sequence by the Browns. Let's see if they can build on it.
And now Darnold out front and a save made by Newsome.
Sam Darnold, point blank opportunity on Aussies. He keeps this thing a 1-goal game. Browns still have time. 12:49 left in the third.
Here we go, puck drops. Here's on to Warren. Warren Sherman, side shot blocked out front. Here comes Garrett. Miles Garrett holding through, poked away by Thomas. Here comes Garrett. Miles Garrett holding through, poked away by Thomas. And Garrett will get it back now. Garrett out front shot. Saved by Miller, the rebound. And now Zorn looking for a lane, toe drag. And that lane's taken away by Garrett. Garrett.
Not just that looks, but Richard Sherman made a great play to get that puck out of danger on that last possession.
By Sipin, a save made by Miller. And now Smith the Jigba fighting for it. Warren to Sherman at the circle. Sherman trying to get it out of his own zone. And here comes Sherman out front. Now Garrett, he steers back, battle on the wall for it inside the Brown zone. And Smith gives it to Alexander. Alexander to the side shot. And a save by Newsom. Newsome.
Seahawks are playing.
Down to the side shot and a save by Newsome.
Seahawks are playing the game they want right now. Their issue, they're keeping things on their side of the ice, and that's the best way to play D.
Puck drops, Hasselbeck wins it. Here's Sherman with a shot and a save made by Newsome. And now Mack gives it to Metcalf. Metcalf to Flacco. Newsome. And now Mack gives it to Metcalf. Metcalf to Flacco. 2-on-2 rush. And Dixon shot on the glow by Miller.
Richard Sherman's one of those guys. He's always going to want to get involved in the offensive side of the possession, creating himself a chance on that last one there. Look for him to be a big scoring defensive man as the season progresses.
Here's Hasselbeck. Gives it to Alexander. Now Kennedy. Kennedy coming up the ice. Pass intercepted by Mack. And now Mack drops it down to Matthews. Matthews on a battle for it. Puck goes back to Matthews now. Matthews holds on the wall, trying to center it. Intercepted by Easley. And now here's Metcalf. Metcalf to Flacco. Flacco, point with Dixon. Dixon poked away. He gets double teamed now. Here comes Largent. Largent up the ice. Trying to get through, poked away. Now here's Flacco. Flacco across the Mack, shot in the save. Up to the wall, goes to Easley. Easley entering the zone. And now he springs up on Craig. Craig is poked away. Now Kennedy. Kennedy to Craig. Craig poked away, and now Metcalf sends it to Pruitt. Pruitt trying to enter. Pruitt, he might have space for a shot.
Just 5.5 left on the clock. Cleveland's got to find a way.
Now shot by Baldwin and a save made by Newsome.
Not quite the pressure that they need. Cleveland Browns is going to have to step up, create something here.
Here's Kosar on the draw, taking on Darnold. They're going to try to save their last line for the final seconds, or final minute, probably.
Not an easy task against this very big Legion of Boom.
Here's Sherman, gives it to Lynch. Marshawn Lynch coming up the ice. Lynch holds away. Lynch out front in the save.
Seahawks continuing to do a great job of keep the pressure on in the Seahawks end, or in the Browns end.
Now Lynch gives it a Cup. Cup finds himself offside, and they'll go ahead and square up.
A little too fast over the line there.
Here's Kelly with Sipe and Brown.
Are going to see the lead for the remain. Let's see if Jim Brown or his guys can get something going.
Here's Brown coming down the ice. Now Sipe with a shot and a save. And now Brown trying to get it from Easley. Easley to Alexander. Alexander coming down the ice. 3 minutes left to go. Here's Kennedy. Toe drag shot. Save. And now the rebound blocked. Now Largent down to Alexander. Shot. He whiffed. And now Golick. Golick coming down the ice. Golick will take it himself. Golick out to the wall. Drops it to the point to Brown. Brown in a battle for it now. And now Kennedy gives it to Largent. Largent makes a quick move. Largent toe drag poked away by Golick.
Seahawks playing a real disciplined game right now on the defensive side. They're looking to kill this last minute and punch their ticket home.
And now here's Cup. Cup coming down the ice. Cup across to Darnold. Darnold takes it. Darnold holding away. And he gets pushed through the wall. Now Metcalf gives it to Flacco. And here's Mack. Empty net here for the Browns. Mack gets it up top, intercepted by Darnold. And now Darnold puts it to the wall. Now Kennedy. Whoa, very low scoring game. But the score of this one is going to be a 2-1 Seattle. Now here we go. Stay tuned for the 3 stars of the game. Any last words?
Fantastic game, heavy hitting. Pretty much two teams. They both bring the lumber, and they didn't disappoint.
Matt Hasselbeck, a goal, 0 assists, and 6 hits. He wins star number 3. Here we go. Star number 2 is going to be awarded to Earl Thomas. With a goal, assist, and 5 hit.
Earl Thomas, definitely one of the, if not the star of the game. They're probably going to give it to Zach Miller.
And here we go. The star of the game goes to Zach Miller.
It is.
1 goal against, 29 saves, and a 9.67 save percentage.
NFHL of star goalies, and it's not always the guys that you might think of. Zach Miller already creating a real name for himself in this league in the preseason. If you're a Seahawks owner, you're going to look forward to that. Great game out here in Cleveland. It's a dog pound. That's our final score. Seattle 2, Cleveland 1. We'll see you on the next episode of the NFHL tonight.
Well, that's all.